Hey, spiritual rebels, what's going on? Aloha Friday. What are you doing? It's date night. What are you eating? Hope you're doing good this Friday. I wanted to share a couple things with you. You see this heat pack right here? This is to support my abdominals, my small intestine. I don't know what's going on, but I have been in contraction in my lower abdominals all day. And I know why. And I thought finally today, tonight, it's late at night. I thought, you know what? I'm going to share with you the effects of dark magic, voodoo, hoodoo, and what it can possibly feel like, in case you're wondering if you could possibly be being attacked by witchcraft, and what are some signs you can look out for. I have been in pain all day. I have been pretty much down all day. I did a little bit of work. I got a little bit done. I did have a client today, but for the most part, I was resting, and I'm in a lot of pain. And it was because of voodoo, hoodoo. I can tell when witchcraft is being sent my way because something changes, which could have been taking days to build up, but it seems like it comes out of nowhere for me. Now, I know that to be true because sometimes it can take a while for it to take into effect. Black magic and voodoo is very real. Voodoo dolls are very real. The needling can be felt, and it's painful, and it's a dark art that is intentionally menacing. It's malicious. It's torturous. And I'm going to show you how I know that. But there went a time, you see that little indentation here? This is actually an upside down, but this is beautiful. So I've been doing body work almost 30 years, since 1998, right? Started school in 1998, finished my first 100 hours, and finished my double HHP in 2006. So so I've always done body work. I've never injured myself, never had carpal tunnel, never been hurt on the job, always had good, proper body mechanics, and never had an issue until this last year. And I was having pain in my wrist really bad, and it felt like tingly needles, like really painful. And then it was in the other one, and then it was in the wrist where I was having a hard time scooping up the neck because in the joint was really bad. So I was using the fascia blasting tools, I was icing, I was massaging, I was doing everything that I could to get rid, I didn't even see this until later, but to get rid of the wrist pain. Finally it subsided after a while, and then I started to feel it in the palm of my hands. And I was like, what in the world? So I would blast my hands and just sort of, massage. In fact, I'm going to show you how to self-massage if you happen to have one of these. This is basically, I don't know the proper name for it, but it's like a pulled tendon due to over-contraction. I should not have something like this with my line of work. This is not what usually can happen as a body worker, right? This was due to voodoo going into my hands and my wrists, so I could lose my career, because that's what I do. But the contraction, because I remember sometimes my hands would want to do one of these. So now I can see why my hand was wanting to do this, because the needles were literally contracting my fingers when they were doing it, but I could feel it here, right? At the time, I didn't know it was voodoo, right? Until a little later, and now it all makes sense. And I can feel when it's like, let's say she decided to poke 26 times into my hip. it feels like I have a whole patch of 26 needles in my hip area. The whole area feels like there's a whole bundle of needles that are in there. So this person could have been doing this, and I don't feel this. I feel the whole thing in, and all of them in one. That's what it feels like. It feels like a tingling, it feels like a burning, it feels painful. And in here, it's like, how do you know? Well, it feels like contractions. Like if you've given birth, moms out there, it's like going into labor, but not in control. It's like convulsions or rhythms of its own making. So you could just be breathing one way, and then all of a sudden the contraction of this comes on, and it feels like it's similar to labor, but no rhythm, not in synchronicity with us, right? Like it has a brain of its own. So it feels weird, like it's doing its own thing outside of what my body is doing. So I could be totally relaxed, and then it decides it wants to contract, which is very strange. So if you start to feel symptoms of burning, pain in the palm of your hands, in the wrists, the joints, the elbows, especially the elbows. If you're a contractor and you hammer a lot and suddenly you're getting wrist pains in here, and you think someone could be doing voodoo on you, there you go. So it's good to be on the lookout for signs and symptoms, if you will, especially if you are known or you know people who are of the occult, who are an up and coming Googling witch and warlock. It's like it's hip, it's cool. So I'm just telling you what to look out for and how to take care of yourself when you learn what it is. What am I doing to help this? I just continue to massage it with product and, use heat, stretch, do different things like that. It doesn't hurt unless I play with it too much, so sometimes I just leave it alone. Down here, I've just been resting for the lower abdominals, keeping the heat on, and not being reactive, even though I know what it is and what it could be. I don't get angry anymore. I don't attack back. I don't have an opinion either way. I just deal with it. And that seems to be working the best and remedy for me. Okay? That's all I've got. What to look out for if you think you're being attacked by witchcraft, voodoo, hoodoo, dark magic, death magic, similar symptoms, similar ways. Feel free to inbox me for more information if you'd like some more tips on how I can help you and your symptoms. All right? Take care. Bye.